2, 1, let's go. Yo, listen, when you start a business, everybody has a skill set. You have a trade, you have something that it is that you want to do. Some of us been doing business for a few years, some of us been doing business for a long time. But the issue is sometimes we don't have the opportunities to take it to that next level. And what does that next level look like? When you start talking about therapy and wealth, and you start realizing like, yo, I want to get to a point in life and business that I reach goals outside of what I ever imagined or outside of what everybody else is doing. Listen, when I started getting in the credit industry, I ain't never imagined I'd be standing on stage holding up a $10 million plaque and a $25 million plaque under it. But the reason I was able to do it was because of my mindset, being recession-proof and understanding how to execute at a high level and outthink everything that was already preset for me. Listen, tonight we're going to go into it, how to go from $5,000 a month to $500,000 plus a month. Wealth therapy, y'all, let's go. Anything you want in this world is dependent on. Everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody wants to get money, but why? I did 25 million the last 2 years. I come from nothing. You gotta move with urgency. You gotta take action. You gotta act.
Some of y'all too scared to tell people, fuck you.
Ride big, ice big, nice crib. White fig, started out just sweeping flows, now Fat Boy the CEO.
Everybody want to stand out. You can't be the same and be different. You'll never be the best in your industry if you do what everybody else doing. You know you got the mindset, you know you got the ambition. It's just you haven't got the fuck up. Either I'ma do this shit and execute, or I'ma fucking die.
We talk is wealth, and them dripping sauce. This time we do for self.
I never knew getting money would affect me mentally.
How many of you guys want to be multi-millionaires and create a legacy and a brand? We ain't in this for clout. We out here to get money. It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
It's my wealth therapy.
Yo, listen. Understand one thing we know, one thing for certain, two things for sure. When you look good, you feel good. When you smell good, you feel better. And tonight, we talking about going from $5,000 a month to $500,000 a month. I would say it's a reason I went with it, but honestly, it looked like the outfit. This that Lafayette Street, bond number 9 tonight. We on Lafayette Street, bond number 9. And it's one of them smells like, it's one of them uniques, but it got a real refreshing smell to it. It feel good, it's light, it's crisp, and it's distinguishable, right? I mean, it's a distinguished smell. It's one of them things that when you walk in the room with this on, they gonna know you walked in the room. It ain't one of them things you blend in the room. It's casual, like they gonna know. If you know, you know. Bond 9, Lafayette Street. If you know, you know. I know somebody in the comments like, yeah, I know, right? But Bond 9 is a good move, man. You know, this one of them ones that it put him to shame. I think I crushed the room before. I think Dub Washington, my brother, was in the room. I crushed him before with the Bond 9. You know how I do. That's just how I do. I go in the room and I crush everybody when it comes to the smelling amazing. But listen, smell good, look good. You understand what the scent is for today. We on the Bond 9. It's a high. It's a high. I want you guys feeling on a high because I want you to just understand, like, as we go through this journey of wealth therapy, is that we got to talk about the money. We got to talk about how to make money, right? We done went through a lot of traumas and then different healing hurdles and things that we've gone through, but it's a lot of pros and cons to making money. It's upside and downside when it comes to business, because you can't build wealth without business. I don't care how you want to do it, how you spin it. It's inevitable. You got to do it. And so what I want to do today is that I really want to focus in on and say, hey, listen, what's that mindset like? Like, what's that energy like from going from like a $5,000 a month, making $60,000 a year? How do you shift that into a $500,000 a year business, a $500,000 a month business, whatever it may be, right? And what it is a lot of times we don't realize is that the work never stops. That's one thing that'll happen is the work will never stop, right? You can see me right now. Is the work never stops, and I'm constantly on the go looking for things, looking how to innovate, looking at different opportunities to seize, to take my business to the next level, to take just the way that I operate to the next level. See, a lot of times we think in business, me moving forward, me just growing in business, I thought that doing business was just transactional and that was it. And I started to learn like it's other things that you have to do in business to scale your business. It's not always about always about what it is that you do. I know people who are the best at what they do. That does not mean that they get paid the most for what they do. That's two different people. So when you start to learn, well, let me start learning and studying the people who get paid the most for what I do. I don't care about who the best at what I do, and I'm in business. Okay, let me see if I can generate the skills, but somebody's always going to be better. There's always going to be improvement. Somebody always has to be the best. That's okay. But am I seeking out to just be the best, or am I in this business to create a profitable business and make sure I get paid the most? And you got to have that edge to you. A lot of people only have the edge of, I want to be the best. I want to provide the best service. It's unique. I'm creative. This ain't like nothing nobody else is doing. That don't matter if you ain't getting no money and you ain't figuring out how to get the most money for doing what it is that you do. Ooh, that's a bar. Y'all got to write that one. Y'all got to write that one down. Being the best or being the only one who do what you do does not matter if you're not the one who makes the most money for doing what it is you do. That's not the best business model. I know so many people to be like, oh, I'm the best pastry chef in town. I'm the best when it comes to making candles. Ain't nobody making shea butter like me. I use all organic, this and that. That's all fine and dandy. But unless you're doing that shit for your own pride and ego, don't nobody care if the business ain't booming, if you ain't understanding marketing, you ain't understanding how to properly place yourself, if you're not understanding how to align yourself, none of that matters. Ooh, y'all don't like that. You know what? I think I got a new hack. Watch this. Watch this. I got a new hack. Always improving yourself on business. I got my bot back working, right? I got my bot back working. So now I'm gonna do a live. Watch this. When I do lives, I go boom. When I do live, I'm with y'all right now. 5K to 500,000. You never stop working as an entrepreneur, right? Let me explain something to you. So if you never stop working as an entrepreneur, what do you got to do? You always work and always innovate. So what I'm about to do is go live, I'm gonna mute the live. I'm gonna mute the live, make them comment Wealth Therapy to join me live and just let it run. You can't hear nothing. All you can do is watch, and it'll still be 50 people sitting there watching and won't go over. But that 50 people will be people, revisiting through. So you always want to be mindful. Just because I'm live on here, I'm finna figure out how to actually do it. Let me go live, but I got a collaboration post that also just came through. Um, so boom, that's that. Tell my team, y'all make sure. So I'm going live. This is literally how I'm innovating, right? Now that I got my post up, but I want to break it down on the business models and exactly how we do it, right? But these are the things that matter, right? These are the exact things that matter. Nearly 5K. Bingo. Now my live is on. They can't hear nothing. All they can do is see. It's 218 people on there. So listen, now as we hear, right, what I want you guys to understand is this. Let's get into it. So as we build, we always got to be innovative. Do you understand? Like as we're working, I'm like, okay, well, my bots have been down. These are things that we go through in business. Like going from 5K to 500K, you go through things in business, things that work, things that don't work. For the last 3 months, Instagram, Facebook has had me like blocked out to where I couldn't get into the account. And I'm like, yo, well, what's the issue? Like we going back and forth, had to rebuild the whole system, had to reset my whole Instagram, threw my whole algorithm off, got my engagement down. Imagine that. But these are things that hurt my business. But do I cry about it and sit there and pout? No, I started being innovative. I started immediately today. I just did a collaboration post with my guy, the funny salesman, my guy Kenny, right? And so what happened is that just did a collaboration post with him. We're gonna see how it does. Let's get my bot working and generating traffic and getting, you know, my page back in the algorithm. You have to always know and pay attention to your business on what generates the most, what moves the most. And what I look at now in my business is that when it comes to content, I always want to be moving. I always want to be in the algorithm, being creative, doing different things. That's why I did like the rapping and things like that, right? And I'm gonna go into that in a little bit in a second. But let's go into it, right? The goal is this, right? This is the goal, right? You want to go from 5K to $500,000 a year. I don't care if it's 500K a month. That's only 60,000 a year. You want to go to $500,000 a year, and then you want to try to grow it to $500,000 a month. So I tell people this: it's 4 pillars when it comes to being recession-proof, and these are the 4 key pillars that you got to have in your business. Everybody should have it. Whatever your product or service is, outside of your product or service, you should then have your digital service where you sell emails, right? A course is an email, an ebook is an email. Anything that you can sell virtually that you don't have to reduplicate, you make it once, sell it 1,000,000 times, as many times, and get it in front of many people as you can. Then you also have your in-person experience, and then you also have your high-level person-to-person experience, right? So your in-person experience can be like a conference, it can be like a master class, a class where they come and learn from you, right? But you want to have something where you have in-person experiences, and I'm gonna break down the in-person experience, why that's dope. And then you always want to have a high ticket where somebody can trail you for the year, right? Where people can trail you for the year. And that's things that you want to do, right? That's things that you want to do. So when you do that, guess what happens? Is that in-person experience is a lot higher because they want to learn all of the 4 quadrants. So you start at the bottom base of your business, right? So if you look at me, and I'm gonna break it down and say, I started at the bottom base of my business of credit repair and building credit, helping people get funding, right? That was a straight product and service. From my product and service, I started doing digital things like selling my ebooks and things like that. But even in my digital was a course. But I skipped when I did my course, right? So my course was my digital money. And then I had a mastermind, which was more so person to person with me, which was my mentorship. I didn't have a high ticket. So my business wasn't as optimal, but I figured it out, right? So I had my mentorship, which was 5K. I had my digital course, which was $497. My mentorship, Recession-Proof, is $5,000, but you get access to me. I'm doing the calls twice a week for 4 weeks, right? Then you get, this one was the digital course, and this was my product and service. Let me explain something to you. When you grow your business, is that you never want to lose in business. You always want to be profitable. A lot of you guys look and say, I want to create a course, I want to sell a course, but you do it the wrong way. Immediately out the gate from your product and service, you start losing, and you never make it to the next 2 quadrants because the first one kick your ass, right? Oh man, what do you mean? Y'all can't get out of your regular business or product or service. The next one kick your ass because you don't got the proper mindset and business structure in place, right? And I'm just going to use mine as the example, but then I'm going to go into detail for you. Okay. So what is it? Okay. First off, is that they send no sound, right? Eventually they learn to read. So what happens is this, right? You go from the product and service to the digital product, my digital product. I was already doing my product and service, and I was marketing online. I was letting people see what I do. So if you do hair, right? I'll use barber on my live the other night. I really don't want to go back to barber, but if you're a barber and you cut hair and you go on live showing people the haircuts, at that point, what happens is that people want to learn from you. So now people want to learn from you, or they're engaging, they liking the comment, they liking the content, they like what you do. It naturally brings about people who are interested in your industry. Either they want to get their hair cut like that, or they're a barber trying to figure out how to get their cut like that, or somewhere in between. But if this is all you post, this is all that the people who follow you can engage with. This is all they know you for. They don't know you for nothing else, right? So now what I did was I would talk about credit, I would talk about funding, I would give tips, and I would give my best information away for free. I then said, well, listen, if you guys want me to teach you, I'm going to teach you for $497, $500, right? I'm going to teach you for $500 how to do this. My $500, it was a virtual class. The virtual class brought me $120,000. I made $120,000 off the virtual class. Guess what? That virtual class, I set a camera up and shot my digital product. Let me explain something. $500 to come learn from me on Zoom for a day. I'm going to teach you. We got 6 hours, 8 hours. I'm going to go in, teach you everything that you need to know. Boom. So as I do that, I lay out my curriculum. I lay out all my talking points, everything that I'm going to be teaching. I lay it all out. As I lay it all out on the line, guess what I do? It's $500 a person to come. Meanwhile, I'm marketing. Every time somebody purchases, I'm screenshotting. So-and-so just got their ticket. Jenny just got her ticket. James got a ticket. Chris got a ticket. Alex got a ticket. This person got a ticket. And I'm literally hammering them. Boom, boom, boom. I get it up to where I made $120,000 for my virtual class selling $500 tickets. That $500 ticket gave me $120,000. Most of you guys would go, bet I'm going to run it back. Shit, that's a good move. Do it again. No, 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 no. Listen, y'all in Recession-Proof tonight. Y'all, I'm damn near giving y'all one of my courses like y'all get to learn from me. Like y'all really getting insight. Like I'm not going to run it back. That's what, it's the dumbest shit you could do is keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? Let me explain something to you. So it's like, okay, damn, I'm finna give y'all something. So I got it $5,000. I got $100,000 and $120,000 now. Guess what? I spent $10,000 to film it. I set cameras up to record me, did a screen grab, recorded it, right? As I recorded, that was my course. I made $110,000 profit to film my course. Now, guess what? I went through and taught everything. That was my modules. After I taught everything, right? After I taught everything, guess what I did next? Put it virtual, but I taught everything, and then I did Q&A for an hour, almost an hour and a half. Guess what? This is to answer everybody's questions. I'm going to put this in a course too and create an FAQ, because anything that was unclear of what I taught or what I said that needed to be reiterated or needed some clarity on it, guess what? It's in the FAQs. Ooh, y'all ain't hearing me. I built my digital product course for $110,000 profit. Stop playing with me. We talking wealth therapy. You can't talk about it with wealth therapy and building wealth without talking about how to get to that motherfucking money. And can't nobody tell y'all how to get to the money like me. It is what it is. Listen, just literally $110,000 profit. That's cool. Now, why not do it again? This is where a lot of people, where the rubber hit the road. Do I want to do it again, or do I figure out how to scale it? Nah, I literally spent $20,000 on ads, right? $20,000 on ads the next month to market my digital course. It made me $100,000. The next month I ended up spending $50,000 on ads, but it brought me back $100,000. Guess what? It never was my money. So I'm spending $20,000 to make another $100,000 the next month. So I spend 20, get my 20 back and do $100,000 profit. I did $100,000 profit every single month for over a year and a half off of the same money, rotating the ad spend, doing $100,000 profit every single month. And the money that I made to film the course, paid for the ads, made me $100,000. I literally turned fucking 8 hours in 8 hours of my time working in about 15 to 20 days of promo into millions. How much? Little over, I think I did a little over like 1.4 million that first year. I don't know if y'all hear me. I know they can't hear me, but I don't know if y'all hear me. I just hope y'all hear me. It's not always about what it is or being the best at what you do. It's figuring out strategies to operate at the highest level and generate the highest amount of capital that you can. So I feel like, oh man, I'm amazing. This is it. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But this is now on autopilot. I'm not selling my digital product. Why? I created a high ticket program where people get my access to me. That's that third quadrant, right? That third quadrant. In that third quadrant, guess what happens? This is the part where people get to know me. So now for 5,000, you get to spend 4 weeks with me. And then you get added into my community, into my Facebook group amongst my other members, and we build together. That's where we do our free conferences and things like that. So that was my community building. That was 5,000. Guess what? People got this course, joined up, and went into my mentorship. That's literally, that was 3 quadrants. But it started with my product and service. I wasn't trying, I understood how to do what I do. I understood credit repair. I understood what worked, how to get results. And once I mastered that, I understood how to make money and a few, 3, 4 other ways to make money off of credit repair. Once I got that, I started breaking it up and showing people on the different, I stair stacked it. So I just want y'all to understand this though, right? Is you could be great. You could be the best barber in your city. But if you only the best barber in your city, it's like, yo, congratulations. When you die, nobody's going to remember that in 2 years. Nobody's going to remember you as the best barber in your city in 2 years. Nobody's going to care because they're not going to be going to get their haircut from you no more. They'll forget that you were their barber. They're going to move on to another barber. They may miss your haircuts from time to time when they see a fresh pick. Then what? Your car was your favorite car when you first got it. Your car was your favorite car. I already know. Your car was your first car when you first got it. When you first got your car, you loved it. It was exciting. You was excited to have it. But guess what? After you got used to it, it just became a car. It's the same thing that happened with how a lot of people treat our business and our talents. We good at what we do. And once we get into it, we do it and that's it. Right? That's it. You never look to scale and grow like what's next. So I challenge you is that I want you to get into the mindset of this, right? I want you to get into the mindset of how do I become the best? How do I become not the best at just what I do, the best at generating ideas to extract income from what I do? Right? How many people on the live?
557.
We've been struggling to get over 500. My live is working. I'm telling y'all, literally, it's working. But let me explain something. So now you learn how to think outside the box. Y'all follow me? Today's society, now you create a high ticket mastermind. Now you can create a high ticket mastermind where you teach people how to do all 3. So imagine if I told somebody, yo, listen, my product and service was doing, $250 $250,000 a year, $300,000 a year. My digital product is doing 1.2 million to $3 million a year on autopilot. My main service over here is doing $5 to $10 million a year. If I told you it costs you $100,000 to learn all of these, will it be worth it? If I said it's $100K to learn my system for my mastermind, how I operate it, how I have it set up, how I monetize it, how I do my digital products, how I do that, it's $100K, and also how I master my products and services. Now, if I let you scale, like train with me for a year, it's $100,000. People say, yo, it's a no-brainer. I'm pitching that all day just because I want to learn at the highest level, because we're going to learn exclusively one-on-one where we actually almost partner. 100%. I'm with it. Sign me up. That's literally your 4 quadrants. But let me explain something. It doesn't have to be extravagant. Somebody gonna say, I'm a plumber. let's use a plumber for example, right? Let's not even go into plumbing, right? Oh, my phone died, killed my life, right? Let's not even go into plumbing. Let's say lighting, right? Let's go into lighting. Somebody that does lighting. This is just, I'm gonna go into a raw, somebody who does lighting. They going in and they freaking the lights on somebody's house. They learning how to, you nowadays you can put the LED strips, you can control it from your phone, but they learning how to put them in certain places where it hit and it light the room up. Everybody's creativity is not created equally. Let's be clear. So whatever it is you do in business, don't mean that just because you do it, everybody is the same. Somebody out there is going to learn how to tweak it and freak it a little bit better. That's just how it goes. So what I want you to do is look and say, okay, well, you can tweak it and freak your service in the city or wherever a little bit better. You may be more popular than me locally. A lot of people stay local. They don't look at global, right? So you look and you say, okay, let me learn how to put the lights under here. I'm gonna put some lights under the couch and learn how to set them off. And then I'm gonna learn how to create what color combos make the room and the house pop the most. So when I give people the examples, I'm gonna show them how to mix and match colors. Now, guess what? Now it makes that room look a little bit bigger. If you want the room to feel more intimate, I'm gonna teach you about the lights, right? So, but meanwhile, I'm doing it for my customers. I can only service where my hands can reach. I'm in Atlanta, so I'm only in Atlanta doing this. But guess what? People all over the world could watch me because now I have the ability to create content. I have TikTok, I have YouTube, and I have Instagram and Facebook and whatever other platforms you use, right? Pinterest. Pinterest is another sleeper that people sleep on, right? So now you got your Pinterest popping, you got your YouTube, your Instagram, your TikTok. What happens is that you start to create a service where people are watching you do what you're already doing. You should allow people to watch you get paid. Imagine if you could literally just get paid for people to watch you get paid. You already doing what it is that you do, but now you're allowing people to pay you to watch you do what you do. That's creating content. A lot of times we think that creating content is hard. No, you're making it hard. You're making it hard because you're making it like it's a job. If you do something, just create content doing what it is you do. Stop always trying to think, I got to go outside the box and be creative and I'm going to go do all these fancy reels. Man, fuck that shit. That shit don't make money. You will make more money doing what it is you do. That's the biggest thing. If this is what you do. If I watch me install these lights, okay, cool. It might be boring to some people who watching me, but it may not be tens of millions of people want to watch me install lights, but tens of millions may want to watch me and see my after effect. That's where your reels come into play. That's for those people who learn and watch for instant gratification. They just want to see the lights. Oh man, that's amazing. Those are the customers. The clients are the people who want to watch you do it. Either it's going to say, I want to do that, or I'm not willing to do it, so I'm gonna have him come do it. Those are your clients, right? Those are the people that's coming and going, wait, I'm about to actually pay. It's a lot of people who are gonna watch and say, I would like that, but you got to understand what kind of customer they become, right? So what happens is client customer, right? It's like the same thing. 100%. I probably fumbled on words. I'm human. This is live. This ain't scripted. I'm talking from the hip. So, right? When your clients are watching, right? Not customers, those are fans that are watching going, ooh, ah, right? Those are your fans. Let's just do that, right? Those are the fans and the people, your followers, your content consumers, right? But your clients is your customers, the ones who want to pay you because they're going to watch you long form when you go live. They're going to watch you when you do it on YouTube and you install the lights because they're going to want to see what you're using, how you installing it. These are the things they're going to want to see. They're more intrigued by your service and the things that you're doing because they really want to get it done. Now, you're at a job getting paid to do it. You're just recording yourself doing it. Well, guess what? For the people that's out there outside the world that's watching, the 10,000 views you get, 5,000 views you get, that's people who are literally watching saying, okay, I'm a little bit confused. Create an ebook, digital product that walks them through step by step. What's the best practices to do what it is that you do? How to break down the services how to actually find clients and how you market or price your stuff. Or just self-installation, best practices, how to hide lights the best, And then you go into the color combo. If you want my color guide on what colors, lay it out. Give them the examples, how to make a room look big. And you break down the colors, right? Now, guess what? Now, guess what they doing? Bet, but that's my digital. That's digital product. I make this digital product, make this ebook. When I make this ebook, make it fire though. Don't make no bullshit ebook. Make it to where it's fire. Make it to where the graphics is amazing. Make it to where everything is just like on point, right? You want the graphics on point. You want good examples. You want visualizations in there. Make it on point. Take some time and craft something that's worth buying. And then you can sell it for cheap, 20 bucks, $9. Here go the best practices. The people who are watching going, all right, cool, I'm gonna just grab the little ebook just because it's just a DIY guide. You're literally giving them a guide to do what they've been watching you do, but they need further clarification. And also, the only way that I'm gonna answer your questions is if you buy this guide, and if you join my Facebook group, I'll send you the link. I'll answer your questions throughout my help desk and give you access to help to where we'll answer your questions. Other than that, if you just watch it and consume it for free, get what I give, and live your life. Ooh, that's somebody hear me tonight. Somebody gonna make some money today. Listen, that's your digital aspect. You was making $5,000 a month. Now guess what you're making? You went from $5,000 a month to you put that digital aspect in there. Now let's just say that digital aspect do another $5,000 a month, right? Another $5,000 a month. You get 500 people between all socials. And this is why we say content is king, because you're recording you doing what you do. But when you get done, you get the after effect. Then you can clip it up into small sectors to where it becomes reels. So you got the long format video on YouTube. You probably got an Instagram live while you was doing it. But then you have, this is where your team comes into play, where somebody comes in and edits it up and distribute it across all platforms in short form content for the oohs and ahs to do the instant gratification to build your fan base up of like, yo, man, you do amazing work. Cool. The people who are fans at first when you do amazing work eventually go, yo, that looked like my living room. And I would like my living room to look like that. Now, guess what? They become consumers. Either they're going to buy that digital product or they're going to say, yo, I'm going to give you $1,000. Let's go $1,000, right? I'm going to give you $1,000. This is going into my third quadrant that you got the digital. So you ain't going crazy running ads or nothing like that. I'm talking about just doing what you do. I'm going to run into the scale of ads and all that in a minute. But you just doing what you do. You ain't even running ads. This is $5,000 a month. So you was already making $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. When you start making $5,000 a month on digital products, that just doubled your income. You got $120,000 a year. Now you got this $1,000 play right here where, okay, for $1,000, I can come with you and trail you for a day or 2 days. Let's just say a day. You're going to go to 2 different jobs, and then you're going to go back and have a private dinner where we do Q&A and break everything down. And I show you the materials that I use, some of my best practices, and let you pick my brain for $1,000 one day. 10 people. I'm only taking 10 people for 1 day. That's $10,000. That's $10,000 a month, once a month. Guess what? Exclusivity. When you sell out and people watch you online and people are coming to get in-person experience, they've been watching you work. They've been admiring your work. You've been going viral on TikTok. You've been going viral over here. They want to get with you and see you do it and see how you convert it, how long it take you, because they've been stumbling on certain things. They're getting glue on their fingers, or they just can't get it right. They can't get the light installs right. I don't know, right? I'm just using this as the business model, right? So guess what happens? After they do that, 1,000, 10 people is 10,000. You don't got to charge one person 10,000. You charge 10,000 to 1,000 to 10 people. It ain't always about charging everybody the most. But no, I want $10,000 for a day of my time. Cool. For a day with me is 10,000. I'll just charge 1,000 for 10 days, 10 people. Is that not fair? That's great money. So now you got 10 people coming once a month for $1,000. You constantly only got to sell 10 people. Guess what? 10 people, that's 2.5 people a week that you got to get to register and sign up to join you live. 2.5 people. If you posting 3 reels a day, 2 videos on YouTube, 3 shorts, and the long form video, your content will naturally reach more people because the algorithm is pushing it to people who like content about what you're posting. It ain't even about how many followers you got. That's the key thing right now. You don't even got to go viral by how many followers you got. I got videos that got 300,000 views, and 280,000 of the views was non-followers. 20,000 was my followers. So the algorithm is pushing it to people who are interested in what it is that I do and what I said and the visualization of my video, right? So hear me out. That $10,000 a month just took you from $120,000 a month to $240,000 a month, right? $10,000 a month, 12 months, another 120,000. You're doing what you've been doing. You haven't changed anything. You haven't changed anything. You're literally doing exactly what it is you've been doing. That's the beautiful part. So now you're at, you know what? You added $240,000 a month. Now comes into play the big ticket, right? Now it's like, okay, well, how did you set all that up? Because it takes to go from just doing the work to setting up that system for your ebooks and stuff like that. It takes a system, it takes operations, and your content posting takes operations and just understanding how to do it. All of these things take operations. Somebody's going to go, okay, I see what you do, but I want to become that too. And I'm willing to pay $50,000 and trail you for the year. You don't got to sell 10 of these every month. All you need is 5 of these a year. 5 a year of people who are already in your business. This is not the regular person starting out. This is somebody who's already in the business. You get 5 of them a year that say, listen, I'm going to invest $50,000. I'm already in business. I'm already doing okay. I'm already doing good. That $50,000 price point eliminates people who don't qualify. This is people who already qualify, who look and go, I'm already in the business, but I want your expertise because I've seen what you've been able to do online and how you've been able to grow these other verticals in the business to scale it up. Now, guess what? 5 people at 50,000, 250,000. Essentially, that's almost $500,000 more a year. You literally turn a $5,000 a month job, not job, but career and service into 500,000 with the way that you position yourself and the way that you stair stack things on top of what it is you already do. You already do it. You just got to implement a little bit more work. I don't know if y'all hear me. The blueprint is there. Now what comes with it? Now this is why it's wealth therapy, because what comes with it? You know how much money you lose? Like some of y'all already lost money trying to set systems up. Trying to get somebody to run your advertisement, trying to get somebody to manage your Facebook, your social media, right? It does take work. This is not something that happens overnight. It takes work. You got to grind. You got to hustle for it. It takes work. Rome wasn't built overnight. It may take you a year, 2 years to build that all the way out. How long you been doing what you've been doing? How long have you been struggling? How long you been living paycheck to paycheck? How long you been living client to client, customer to customer? How long you been anticipating starting your business and getting it going and just not knowing what direction to take it in? It's probably been longer than a year, right? So that's why I challenge you and say, well, listen, how much time do you got to figure out, okay, I know what it is that I do or what I'm doing, what I want to do, but I also got to have a proper strategy so I can operate at the next level. And I would think, man, you did great, Mark. You're doing great. You got a great business model. It's another one. There's a level above what I've been able to operate at, and I figured it out. I told you I'm on the road to 100 million. I can't tell y'all how to do it till I do it. But there's another road, and I think I figured it out, but I won't know for sure until the check get cut. But when the check get cut, I'm going to take y'all up another level. But I literally, in this business model that I gave you, what can teach you, literally everything is scalable, because guess what? You can turn that $1,000 day experience into a virtual 2-day experience. If you turn it into a virtual 2-day experience, you can scale it to the moon because you can have an unlimited amount of people on there. See, you can't have too many people with you on a hands-on in-person touch. But what I realize now in today's society, I'm giving y'all game on this, and y'all hear me. Today is 2000 October 2023. People want to they want to experience people in person. They want to actually get to know somebody. They want to have a real conversation. They tired of looking at the computer and feeling like, damn, I could have watched Instagram for this or YouTube for this. You got to change the way that people experience your businesses, your products and services when it comes to the educating and actually teaching people what it is that you do. I don't care, even if you are a barber, you installing lights, you teaching credit, whatever business it is that you do, don't forget that people want to actually experience the in-person experience. So often we forget because we go, oh, we're just going to sell a digital product. Okay, don't be a lazy business owner. Look at the people who make the most money and figure out, do they have in-person experiences? Are they going outside? You see, I'm out on tour right now. A lot of the people who are at the highest level, they're going to have some kind of in-person, even if it's a once-a-year conference, they're going to have some kind of in-person experience where people who support them and people who want to get to know them get the opportunity to shake their hand, talk to them, and have a conversation. Don't let the in-person and the humanality side of life go past you. All right. That's the last thing I want you to do. So I want you guys to be able to focus and be like, yo, how can I grow my business, but I want to grow it to operate at the highest level? See, I've operated and managed to make tens of millions of dollars in business, so I can tell you from experience, but I always manage not to take losses. My whole goal is I'm recession-proof. I ain't taking a loss. So I got paid to do my course. Did you understand that? I got paid to do my course. Then the money that I got paid to do my course was the money I put in the advertisement, so it just constantly recycled and reprinted money for me. A lot of you guys are sitting there and you're wondering right now going, I want to create some kind of digital product, or I want to create something that I can just show people, but I don't know how. Guess what? It takes time. You got to be able to learn it. But this is where you learn from people who've already done it. This is where you go to learn from people who've already done it. This is the beauty of like peer-to-peer education. If you're a barber and you see somebody who is doing good and they killing it in barbering, if they don't have the business system in place, let me explain something to you. Ooh, I'm about to give y'all a game. Go look at people who have the game that you want, but don't have the proper business structure because they don't know how to charge you yet. And they'll give you the value that you need for a fraction of the cost if you go make the offer. A lot of people won't go make them the offer. Listen, I'm in the education space. I already have offers. So my things are tiered. $1,000 to join the university for all my education, to learn everything from marketing, sales, credit, how to fund yourself. All of those things are already included in the university. That's $997. It's $1,000 for the year. But to take it up another level and get access to me is $10,000. That's to be in my mastermind. That's a 1% mastermind. It costs $10,000. But you get to meet with me once a month in person, and we meet once a month on Zoom. So we meet twice a month, and all we do is strategize, build out business systems, and I give you all the resources you need that have been vetted, trusted, and that can execute at a high level. I bring you the resources. That's $10,000. If you say, yo, I want to partner with you, it's $100,000. It's a much bigger deal. But at $100,000, for you to be like a recession-proof business partner, you got to already be executing and be already making millions. This is not for somebody who's not already doing millions of dollars. We don't get the business. We don't partner if you're not already doing millions, right? But you can get in the mastermind and I scale you and help you make millions. I already got it laid out. There's somebody who does what you do, and they may not have the business model set out, but they have the techniques set out. They may understand digital products, or they understand in marketing, and they know how to actually get leads, and they look at their clientele system. If you go to them and say, hey, I got $2,500 if I can come learn from you for 3 days. They'd be like, what you mean? I just want to come trail you doing what you do for 3 days. I just want to get familiar with your systems. I got $2,500, or I got $1,000. This is for my people who just getting started. And $1,000, I just want to come trail you and see exactly what it is you do. But I want to look at the systems. I want to look at the operations. It's not always about the technique and the service that's being provided. It's like, hey, what are those vacuum systems like? Like, hey, when people come and they check out, when people book their appointments, when people do, when they buy from your website, what is that like? Because a lot of people don't have a mentorship, right? I see people like in the wave community, they got dope businesses. They selling, you like, yo, but they don't got a mentorship. So you could be like, yo, Yo, I give you $2,500? I just want to, can I can I get on 2 Zoom calls with you for 3 or 4 hours for $2,500? And all I want to do is ask you to see your back end and how you fulfill orders, where you get your product placement from. I'm gonna ask you the whole business model because it's something that I can put into my business. See, a lot of times we look at you don't only have to come learn from the people who have the business model in place, because it may be a little bit more structured and organized coming to people like me. Theirs may not be organized and structured, but they're operating in it, and you get to directly see, because they're not already trying to sell it. They can't do nothing but show you the raw. They can just show you the rawest of the raw. They don't, from the top to the bottom. So you always got to look at like, okay, how do I get into the best rooms and utilize for my services for people who do what I do? Some people be like, nah, I want the best of the best. I'm going to the top. I ain't starting like that. But my point is, I want you guys to start looking at your business and looking at the way you position yourself a little bit differently. Is that I'm not looking to just be the best at actually doing it. And because what happens is when you look at trying to be the best, if I want to be the best barber, if I want to be the best person at credit repair, I got to compete with people who are, in my opinion, the best, or public opinion is the best, or who can post the best content and say they're the best. Because nothing can tell me who's the best, right? Except for results. Oh, I'm getting more results than you. I now have to figure out some kind of way. Listen to me here. At that point, when I start to say, I want to be the best at doing the service that I do, I then have to put myself in a comparison state along some kind of comparables to say, okay, I got to track something they're doing and I got to outpace that. And that's going to make me the best. I'm better than you because I post and get more results than you. But meanwhile, motherfucker, you didn't get more money than them. So when you start looking at, am I the best at doing what it is that I do? You're only sizing somebody else up who's that's in your actual visualization, somebody that's in your peripheral, somebody that you could see. So if you could see somebody, you can then size them up, and that's who you comparing yourself to. But you can't compare yourself to people who are 10xing your income and you don't even see them in your field of expertise of actually doing what it is that you slaving and trying to compete to do and become the best and unique at. You only doing it for somebody who you're aware of, because you haven't been exposed to the bigger business model. I hope that don't go over your head. I hope somebody hear me. When you get stuck on trying to be the best, you get stuck in a competition with somebody who ain't even most likely all the way at that level. Because if you already looking at them thinking that I'm better than them, hopefully you become a better marketer than them, not a better product provider. I'm a better marketer than you. I'm better at running ads. I'm better at developing better business models and better business systems than you. These are the things that you should look at wanting to be the best at, because these are the things that are going to generate you income. But a lot of times we get caught in that mode of, I want to be the best, or I'm going to make the best product. It don't matter if you don't know how to market it the best. And the people that you probably are comparing yourself to are just better marketers than you. That's why they're on your in your vision, and they on your radius. The only reason they're on your radius is because they're a better marketer than you. They figured out how to get on your radius. Somebody out there gonna say, I'm better at credit than Him500. But Him500 don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. And that's the problem. I don't know who you are. So most of the people that are looking for services and information around credit, they don't know who you are either. So guess what? You're not better than me, because I figured out how to actually communicate and get my message to more people than you. So I'm better than you, because even if I deliver at 70%, you deliver at 90%. I reach 10,000 people when you only reach 500. I'm 100xing your reach and your results and your impact. My impact is way larger because my business model is different. I figured out how to help more people. Meanwhile, you stuck here at that tier 1. Don't get stuck at tier 1. Then get to tier 2, and then tier 3. Then you go to tier 4. But what happened is, a lot of people get that tier 4 with that in-person experience. They get shook because they don't think people gonna come, or they think they got to do it big. It's okay to do something for 5 people. It's actually better because it make it look more comfortable. When it's smaller, it looks more intimate and it makes people want to actually be there more. When you do it large, it makes it like real grand, and it's like, okay, but we're going for the hype. We're not going to, like, it's not a more so like respectable, cherishable, like valuable room. When you do big things, you willing to go. It got to be cheap. I'm not paying to be in a room with 300 people for, those days. That's not going to be real intimate. But when it's a small room, it feels more intimate, more personal. They'll be willing to pay more. But this is the mindset that we got to have when we do this. Like, this is the mindset. This is how I want y'all thinking and looking at things like, okay, there's different levels and different approaches to everything. It's multiple ways to skin a fish, but it's always going to be 4 different aspects in business that you got to look at and practice on. Then you get to a point where there is a higher level. You say, okay, the high level consulting and things like that. But then it's another level where you start to exit. There's another level where you start to do mergers and acquisitions, where you start to merge your businesses with other people. It's another level where you start to go private equity and partnerships and starting to do global business. It's another levels, because that's where you start to do hundreds of millions of dollars. But you got to have these ones down packed first before you grow to that next level. So how do I go from $5,000 to $500,000? The understanding of positioning is everything, because a lot of people will say they look from the outside, like me breaking down and explaining how I broke down that course and how I made money from selling my course. My digital course in financial literacy class was literally a financial literacy class that I shot and got paid to shoot, and I just pretty much sold the replay. Meanwhile, you trying to figure out how to sell a course, and you go pay $15,000-$20,000 on how to film it, on just filming it, trying to map it out. You paid $20,000. Now, after you pay $20,000 on filming the course, because you got to pay for the content team, somebody to help you do all of these things, you ain't even made no money yet. Now you got to go figure out how to sell it. So now you're trying to market and figure out how to sell it. This is where your system breaks at, because now you don't got the budget to market and spend it, because you spent your budget on making the product. You understand how I spent money to build the anticipation to get people to come and buy the product, and then reduplicate and reproduce the product based off of the budget I already created. As I was marketing and getting people to come to the financial literacy class, I was marketing for a reason. As I'm marketing, I'm taking that money. That's what's going to pay for my course. So instead of me making a course, paying for it, and then trying to go out and have to market it to get my money back, I'm the opposite. I flipped it. I marketed to get the money to shoot my course, and then pay for advertisement to make my course continuously be evergreen and run on its own and sell itself. Damn. Somebody hear me tonight. I hope somebody hear me tonight. But let me explain something. The hardest part is finding good people to work with. Finding good people to work with. That's one of my struggles that I struggle with. Even still, you get people who can do good, but people start to become envious. They want to be you, right? They start wanting to be the person who, oh man, you getting the glitz and the glam or the attention, or you making more money than me, and don't realize that everybody has their time to shine. Everybody will get their time to shine, but what'll happen is people will get overzealous. They move too quick, and they burn themselves. They end up playing themselves and showing the insecurities because they wasn't solid and they're not comfortable with who they are. You always gotta be secure in business. You gotta be willing to say, okay, listen, I may not be at the top, the main one, the number one, numero uno right now. While somebody else on fire, let them burn. Let them how they burn. It's their turn. Your turn will come. Stay close enough to the fire, it's gonna catch. You will get your turn. But what happens is people burn out, and then when they try to light their fire, they didn't move so far away from the fire. They trying to catch. You ain't even over there where it's lit no more. To really take advantage of the opportunity that you put yourself in. I've literally seen people who worked with me who could have caught fire, was catching fire, was getting to it. They moved too early and then they die out. Like if you stay around a little bit long and wait and just let the fire pass out, you don't got to try to be competition or try to be the greatest and want to be the one on the shining front, because now you went and made it like I'm your competition. I can't be your competition if I ever was in a position to help empower you. Whether you provided a service for me, I learned how to generate money to pay you to provide the service. If you learn from me, I learned how to market and had the ability to teach you something and know how to gain you as a customer. So my client attraction skills is automatically superb. And a lot of people that come and be like, okay, I learned this, we're gonna compete. We're not gonna compete because you haven't learned how to do the client attraction that I have. You ain't built the budget and the ability to go out and market. You don't got the wherewithal to do that. So come and learn that and stay close and just learn that and pick that skill up until it's your turn to go. And I never have an issue with people going and doing their thing. But what happens is that you play yourself because people step away from you early. And you be looking at people like, damn, why would you do that? Like, that didn't even make sense. Like, we got money together. Like, you able to give money, I'm able to give money, we able to exchange money. Why would you move away and think like, okay, it's better on your own? Then when it starts to dwindle because the client attraction and the relationships and everything that was here, because I built this up, I built my map, I learned how to market, I learned how to build great relationships, learn how to gain notoriety, and I built superb marketing and an amazing culture that I've been able to cultivate. When you move away from it, it's like, oh, okay, it's cool for a year. I took a year off. I watched everybody go. Only the ones who are real big dogs and hungry go up. Seen people. And I ain't talking about like people that like my students or nothing like that. Talking about business owners that I was once aligned with. People who provided products and services. Oh yeah, well, I ain't gonna do it for you. People love to say I can help you become Him500. Let me explain something to you. And this is just for everybody listening to this. Anybody that tell you they can help you become Him500 because they ever even helped Him500, they ever worked with Him500, worked for Him500. Him500 was able to generate income to pay them before they ever came in the picture. They could never make you or help you become Him500. Him500 creative is a motherfucker. Him500 had the idea to go buy jets. Him500 had the idea to say and do certain things, and when it comes to marketing and advertisement. Him500 create his own messaging in the way that he speak. Him500 create his own business blueprints on how he market, what offers he have, and how he positions it, how he sells, and how he does this. Nobody could ever help you become Him500 but Him500. Ain't nobody else out there, because if they could help you become Him500, they'll be Him500. Because anybody that could say anything that they've contributed or helped me build my business, I paid you to do it. And that was because I was Him500 and was able to pay you to do what you do before I ever met you. No matter the increase, no matter the contribution, Him500 is Him500, and it's only one of me. My brain is my brain. My brand is my brand. My time is my time. And my money. And ain't nobody else get it like me. If they did, then they would be able to tell you they can help you become them. See, I can help people become me. I'll never help somebody become somebody else. It's different. Nigga, I can help you become me. I don't gotta try to say I can help you I can do what I did for this person for you. No. I can help you do what I did for me, for you, because I did it for me. Still do it for me. I go to awards, I get the biggest awards because I operate and want to excel and play at the biggest level. When I sit in the rooms, I sit in there with the biggest of the biggest. I understand how they think. I don't ask, when I go in certain rooms with individuals, I don't ask them for money or pay me for a service. I'm looking at, how can I figure out your business model? What are you doing different from me that I can take and put into my business? I don't look at people in my same space and try to learn from them. I look and get from outside sources. That's why nobody does what I do. Why the fuck I got a freestyle in Detroit to 2 million up? Who else doing that? Why I got a song when they come in with Rick Ross and Mozzie? Let me explain something to you. In-person events, right? Even my music. That was my mastermind. I did a mastermind. And for my mastermind, it was $25K to come in. At the mastermind, it was where we shot the Rick Ross video at. Stop playing. It's $25K. Rick Ross charged me a decent number to come to the house to shoot the video. And I said, but can I rent the house out too while I'm there? They're like, yeah. They ain't put nothing else but like another 10 on top of it. Cool. Now I'm going to make the money for my mastermind group. We're going to come and have an experience where I know Rick Ross going to be here, but I get the market. I'm having a mastermind at Rick Ross' house. And I can't say he's going to be at the mastermind, but he'll be a special guest there. He was, because he was there. But then I had other people come in and speak. We talked, but we got to hang out on the promised land. I gave everybody, Bel Air bottles. It was a vibe. I literally got paid to make that song and shoot the video and still see profit. Stop playing. Yeah. Ain't nobody like, listen, the way that you think in business will be directly affected by your outcome. If you think small, you play small. You play small, you win small. That is what it is. But you got to think bigger, but you got to be willing to bet on yourself. But it always comes from looking at other people. Like I look at other people's business models and things that they do, and then I position it for myself. And it'd be like, oh, so-and-so had this business model. So-and-so did this. Okay, we be using influencers and celebrities to do this. Let me twirl all three of them around and mix my own sauce into it and put my brain together and go run and create something that's never been done. Listen, my freestyle, y'all got to stay tuned. I'm creating a genre called info rap. Like I'm doing info rap. I'm going to give you information on rap. Info rap. Where I'm really giving you the game, really teaching you, really giving you useful things in music format. So that way it's easier for you to digest it. You could listen to it. Oh, got it. Watching the course a little bit boring, but when you ride in that, it's a little bit different because y'all can know word for word what Drake and them say. I use it. I learn from my own self. Let me explain something to you. How many of you guys analyze the things that you do and realize and correct yourself? When I say about this therapy sessions, we got healing hurdles and things that we got to do to fix ourselves. I said, I got 99 problems, but ain't one. Everybody know the lyrics, right? What else I could say? It's my something brown, my pink, and my brown. Y'all know what song that is, right? It's certain songs started from the bottom. It's certain songs that you just know, right? You just know these songs. You're embedded in your song. You know them. You can the lyrics will come back to you. It don't matter, right? You can go to an Usher concert. It's 7 a.m. Whatever, right? You know it. When it come on, it's up. You know it word for word. Total, Kissing You. It's certain songs that's just like, you got it. What happened is I repeated that and said, well, you just chose to learn that versus learning what the Fair Isaac, what FICO stand for, right? Which is the Fair Isaac, right? So instead of me going into breaking down Fair Isaac and explaining to you what Fair Isaac is, right? I said, y'all should know what Fair Isaac is, but you don't, but you know lyrics. You don't have a disadvantage or a disability learning. You just choose to learn the wrong shit. People was like, damn, yeah. And I went back and self-assessed myself and said, that was a good message, but is there a flip side to it? Is there a flip side to make it more impactful and more everlasting to get your message across, because you identified the message that gets across, but you identified the problem only, but you also identified the solution, but you didn't stand in the solution, bozo? I said, damn, like I sit to myself and I think, and I said, yeah, I identified that we love music and we can memorize music, but we can't memorize beneficial things. So put the beneficial things in music in a way that they can actually digest it and memorize it and do info rap. And now they can memorize it because now it's in a melody form. Got the 808s behind it. or it's on a trending beat that they already know. It's a flow that they already accustomed to. Now more people can memorize it and know it. So that's the thing, you know, ABCs is A, B, C, D. That's a melody. It was a melody. We were trained and we learned that melody. We've been learning from melodies for a long time. The issue is that I was looking at it from the wrong way. So I reverted my message and said, got it. I'm going to pass it this way to you. Info rap. Listen, you got to think outside the box, but the key to it is you got to think. I don't care what it is you do, there's more money in it. Don't take the money that you're making and go and try to figure out something else. I see so often people go, "Oh yeah, I'm a I got an auto detailing shop, but I want to figure out how to invest in real estate." And it's like, okay, you're gonna have a learning curve there because you do auto detailing. You don't know this industry. Why aren't you studying ways to elevate in your industry? This is what changes everything. This literally changes everything to help you take it to the next level. So just be mindful of that when it comes to business, like especially when it comes to your business. Like, don't ever think like, okay, I'm at a standstill. I reached my pinnacle. I reached the highest level. You didn't reach the highest level because you ain't got 100 million. Because somebody in your industry got 100 million. Somebody in your industry doing multi-million-dollars a year. It's just not you. Oh, they be doing this. Don't justify what somebody else do and say, well, this is why they're better than me or why they get more money than me. Adjust what it is that you do so you can operate in a better capacity that makes you comfortable. People be like, yeah, I want to start a clothing brand, but don't never be dressed online. I don't want to buy clothes from somebody I don't look at and respect the way that they carry themselves and get dressed. You ain't fly. You don't post being fly. If you ain't posting in your gear, making it look good, rocking it really organically, why I want to buy your clothes? You're going to sell it to me if it's leisure. Maybe it's loungewear. Okay, if it's loungewear, something to just throw on, then cool. But that's what you're going to get. But you'll never be, you won't get premium quality out of that. Sometimes you got to match premium quality with premium quality. But we don't look at it that way. It's somebody out there selling hoodies for $1,000. I got a hoodie. We got hoodies we sell for $75 because we're not looking to be premium in that industry though. But if we did, we know we would have to reconstruct things. The different leathers that would have to go on it. Go get the leather that Hermes used. Go get the cotton quality of the crew necks and the sweater. These things matter if you want to be superior. But if you just want to throw some, put some paint where it ain't and get a couple dollars, by all means, have at it. But if you want to be supreme and you take this serious of this is what I'm going to do to make money and I want to be the best, then you have to elevate in it. But at the same time, you still got to have those experiences. Look at any brand. If you know I'm not lying to you, right? Look at all the clothing brands, how they do pop-up shops around the world now. How you got Louis Vuitton will do pop-up shops. Everybody does different pop-up shops. It may not be with the owners, but they'll do different pop-up shops and different pop-ups in different places and different activations to get outside and connect with the people and put their brand in people's hands. Put your brand in their hand and get outside. That's the deal. You got to put your brand in their hand. That's it. Damn, that's a bore. Put your brand in their hand. Listen, I know I didn't win. When I get to talking about money, I'll go for 2 hours. So listen, wealth therapy, 5K to 500K. You don't got to change or you don't got to be the best. You just have to have the best skill set, business model, and operations in place to make the most money. I ain't trying to be the best at doing what I do. I want to get the most money for doing what I do. Wealth therapy. Session 15. Let's go.
Hey, Mr. 500, let's go.
Anything you want in this world is dependent on Everybody wants to be wealthy. Everybody wants to get money, but why? I did 25 million the last 2 years. I come from nothing. You gotta move with urgency. You gotta take action. You gotta act out.
Some of y'all too scared to tell people, fuck you.
Ride big, ice big, nice crib. White fig, started out just sweeping flows, now Fat Boy the CEO.
Everybody want to stand out. You can't be the same and be different. You'll never be the best in your industry if you do what everybody else doing. You know you got the mindset. You know you got the ambition. It's just you haven't got the fuck up. Either I'ma do this shit and execute, or I'ma fucking
All
die.
you talk is wealth, and them dripping sauce. This how we do for
I
self.
never knew getting money would affect me mentally.
How many of you guys want to be multi-millionaires and create a legacy and a brand? We ain't in this for clout. We out here to get money. It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
It's my wealth therapy.